Hare Krishna. So we're continuing with Gita Govinda study session, chapter 4. Snigdha Madhusudana, Tender Krishna, text 4.1. Yamuna Tira Vanira Nikunje Mandam Astitam Praha Prema Bharod Brahantam Madhavam Radhika Sakhi. Yamuna of the Yamuna, Tira on the bank, Banira of reeds, Nikunje in a bower, Mandam motionless, Astitam sitting, Praha spoke, Prema of affection, Bhara by the weight, affection, Udbrantam overcome, Madhavam to Madhava, Krishna, Radhika of Radha, Sakhi a female friend. A Sakhi spoke to Krishna. Overcome by a strong affection for Radha, sitting motionless in a reed bower on the bank of Yamuna. Commentary. In the previous chapter, Krishna's condition in separation was described. Now the Sakhi describes Radha's condition to Krishna. The suffix in Radhika suggests pity. The Sakhi of Radha spoke directly to Krishna. He was confused by strong affection, prema bhara for Radha. Thus he could not move. He was sitting in a reed bower on the bank of the Yamuna in a state of torpor, mandam, having given up searching for her. Or the word can be amandam, quickly. The Sakhi spoke quickly, seeing that Krishna was so disturbed. Manda means slow according to Vishwa. Saprema bheda rahitam yad bhava bandhanam. Prema means the bond of love between two young people without interruption. Means the bond of love between two young people without interruption. Rasarnava Sudhakara 2.258. Song 8. Karnata Raga, Ekatali Tala. The song is sung in the Raga of Karnata and the Tala of Ekatali. Epigraph to the song. The qualities of Karnata Raga are as follows. Kripana Panir Gajadanta Patram, Ekam Vahan Dakshina Karnapure, Samstuyamana Suracharana Gai, Karnata Raga, Shiti Kanta Nila, Karnata Raga, 78. Ascent. Karnata Raga, praised by Devatas and Charanas, is blue like a peacock's throat, with a sword in his hand and carrying an ivory petal as his right ear ornament. Sangita Dharpana 2.66. Ekatali Tala was previously described in epigraph to song 6. Text 4.2. Nindati Chandanam Indu Kiranam Anu Vindati Kedam Adhiram Vyala Nilaya Milanena Garalam Iva Kalayati Malaya Samiram Sa Virahe Tavadina Madhava Manasija Vishika Bayad Iva Bhavanaya Twai Lina Nindati, she condemns. Chandanam, sandalwood, Indu of the moon, Kiranam, the ray, Anuvindati, she obtains. Kedam, pain, Adhiram, intense, Vyala of snakes, Nilaya with abode, Milanena by its mixture, Garalam, poison, Eva as if Kalayati, she considers. Malaya from the Malaya mountain, Samiram, the breeze, Sa, she, Virahe, in separation, Tava from you, Dina, miserable, Madhava, O Madhava, Krishna, Manasija of the Cupid, Vishika of the arrows, Bhayad in fear, Eva as if Bhavanaya by meditation, Twai into you, Lina, she has merged. The Sakhi speaks to Krishna. She, Radha, condemns sandalwood and feels intense pain from the rays of the moon. She takes the Malaya breeze to be poisonous, having mixed with the poison of snakes in the sandalwood trees of Malaya mountain. O Madhava, in misery of separation, she merges into you by meditation, as if in fear of Cupid's arrows. Commentary, the heroine is as longing in separation. Naivagata samuchiteshvapi vasareshu praneshvara swaguru karya vasena yasya durdhara vrutta viraha jvara tapitangim uktantitam Utkantitam vadatitam bharata kavindra. Bharata describes the woman in longing as one whose limbs are pained by an intolerable fever of separation, whose lover has not come on the appointed days because of obligations to his superiors. The meaning of the chorus is as follows. O Madhava, she suffers in separation from you. The word Madhava, husband of Lakshmi, suggests that he does not know suffering since he has other women. Ha indicates misfortune. If she's suffering, how does she pass her time? She merges into you out of fear of Cupid's arrows. Since Cupid arises from your mind, when she merges in you, she no longer has fear. How does she merge in me? She remembers Bhavanaya, you, while criticizing all objects. She criticizes sandalwood. It heats up people in separation. It's useless to be known for cooling. She feels excessive pain on seeing the rays of the moon. Dhira means a little according to Vishwa. So adhiram means excessive. Or she criticizes with unsteadiness, or adhiram. Adhika irayati, agitates excessively, can modify chandanam, sandalwood, with the meaning, inspiring the arrows of Cupid. She thinks of the wind from Malaya mountain as poison because of its contact with the sandalwood trees growing there, which are the abode of the snakes. She considers that the Malaya winds, after having been consumed and vomited by the snakes in the trees, blows here. The wind moves from place to place full of poison. The wind is like poison because it makes everyone faint when it contacts their bodies. Causes of happiness for others becomes causes of sorrow for persons suffering in separation. She has attained a state of remembering smarana due to longing in separation. It is said, Dvesho yatranya karyeshu tad ekagram cha manasam shwaser manorathai shapi cheshtas ta smaranam yatha. Smarana is that condition in which the mind and activities are concentrated on one's aspirations and desires with hatred for other activities. Indum nindati padma kandala dalai stalpam nava manyate karpuram kirati prayati naratim praleya dhara grihe shwasai kevalam eva kedita tanur dhyayati asau balika yat tat kopi yuva dhruvam smarashruch sufruchetasya mushya stita. That girl criticizes the moon and had no regard for a bed made of lotus buds and petals. She rejects camphor. She does not have attraction for a house with showers of dew. With pained body while sighing, she meditates. Some youth, a lover, is situated in her heart. Shringar Tilaka 2.9. Vyala means a snake according to Vishwa. Garalam means poison. Text 4.3. Avirala Nipatita Madana Sharad Iva Bhavad Avanaya Vishalam Swa Hrudaya Marmani Varma Karoti Sajala Nalini Dala Jalam Sa Virahe Avirala constantly Nipatita falling upon her Madana of Cupid Sharad from the arrow Eva as if Bhavad of you Avanaya for the protection Vishalam extensive Swahrudaya of her heart Marmani in the sensitive area Varma into armor Karoti she makes Sajala with water Nalini of the blue lotus, Dala of the petals, Jalam a cover. She makes an extensive armor out of blue lotus petals and water to cover the sensitive area of her heart to protect you from Cupid's arrows, which constantly fall upon her. And water to cover the sensitive area of her heart to protect you from Cupid's arrows, which constantly fall upon her. O Madhava, in misery of separation. Commentary. She makes an extensive armor of blue lotus petals and water over the sensitive area of her heart to protect you from Cupid's arrows, which fall upon her constantly. You always reside in her heart. She thinks he should not be afflicted by Cupid's arrows. Another meaning could be she makes an armor to protect herself from the arrows of Cupid. This protection, however, seems to be accomplished already. Avana means protection according to Vishwa Prakasha. Marma means a place in the body which cannot tolerate pain. Vishalam means broad. The first meaning indicates a strong affection for him. This shows the Sakhi's skill as a messenger, expertly revealing the feelings of one's lover to the other. Text 4.4. Kusuma Vishika Shara Talpam Analpa Vilasa Kala Kamaniyam Vratam Iva Tava Parirambha Sukhaya Karoti Kusuma Shayaniyam Sa Virahe. Kusuma of flowers, Vishika of the Cupid's arrows, Shara made of the shafts, Talpam a bed, Analpa unlimited, Vilasa of play, Kala for the art, Karmaniyam attractive, Vratam or a vow, Viva as if Tava you are Parirambha of your embrace, Sukhaya for the purpose of the happiness, Karoti she makes, Kusuma of flowers, Shayaniyam a bed. She makes a bed of flowers attractive for the art of unlimited play. She makes a bed of flowers attractive for the art of unlimited play, which is like a vow, a bed made of Cupid's flower arrows, in order that you give her the happiness of your embrace. O Madhava, in misery of separation. Commentary, she makes a bed of flowers. This is described. It's most attractive for many arts of playing. In a condition, she remains with eyes on the path on which you will retreat while making the flower bed with intense love, with expectation that you will come. This bed, a resting place for the arrows of Cupid in the form of the flowers, is like a vow. Vows are performed for a certain purpose to attain the happiness of your embrace. Talpa means a bed according to Vishwa. These three lines indicate Udvega, disturbance, the fifth stage. It's hinted that flowers which are present to touch her become like arrows. It is hinted that flowers which are pleasant to touch her become like arrows. Or she makes a flower bed pleasant for many arts of play, like a vow, doing it with great attention in the form of lying on a bed of Cupid's flower arrows to gain the happiness of your embrace. Text 4.5. Vahaticha Valita Vilochana Jaladharam Anana Kamalam Udaram Vidum Iva Vikata Vidun Tuda Danta Dalana Galitamrita Dharam Sa Virahe. Bahati, she carries Cha and Valita, spreading sideways glances, Vilochana, eyes, Jaladharam, whose clouds, Anana Kamalam, lotus face, Udaram, beautiful, Vidhum, the moon, Iva, as if Vikata, terrible, Vidhu, Tuda, of Rahu, Danta, of the teeth, Dalana, because of the affliction, Galita, are trickling, Amrita Dharam, whose streams of nectar. She has a beautiful lotus face, a face like the moon, trickling with sweet tears because of affliction by terrible Rahu's teeth, with clouds for eyes, spreading sideways glances. O Madhava, in misery of separation. Commentary, she carries a beautiful lotus face, or Udaram can refer to generosity in giving tears of sweet prema. The face is described as follows. It has two eyes like clouds which shower rasa, spreading sideways in order to gaze at your path. Our eyes are compared to clouds since they constantly shower tears. The face is like the moon. The face flows with trickling nectar streams because of affliction from the huge or terrible teeth of Rahu. Our face is compared to the moon and our tears are compared to showers of nectar. This is Vakyartha Upama. 79. This is a simile in which the resemblance of two things is specified in detail. Change of complexion is also hinted. The face is pale like the moon. Vikata means huge according to Vishwa. Viduntuda means Rahu according to Amarakosha. Text 4.6. Dhyana layena pura parikalpya bhavantam ativa durapam vilapati hasati vishidati roditi chanchati munchati tapam sa virahe. Dhyana, in meditation on you, layena, by absorption, pura, in front of herself, parikalpya, imagining, bhavantam, you, ativa, exceedingly, durapam, hard to attain, vilapati, she laments, asati, mocks, vishidati, becomes depressed, roditi, weeps, chanchati, moves about, munchati, and becomes released, tapam, from pain. In deep meditation, she brings your form, hard to attain, in front of her. She laments, mocks, becomes depressed, weeps, moves about, and becomes released from pain. O Madhava, in misery of separation. Commentary. By complete concentration on you, difficult to attain, she makes you appear in front of her. She draws a picture of him. In this case, the description of a painting is image is not imaginary. Or by complete absorption in you, she attempts to make you come to her directly, since you are hard to attain by other means such as messengers. Now her actions are described. She laments, vilapo dukhajam vachaha. The lamentation consists of speaking out of grief. Ujjwal Nilamani 11.83. She mocks him. This deceiver takes so much time. You better go there. She becomes depressed. He came before me, grasped my feet, and pacified me. She cries, how can he again be brought under control? Ruditam uditam, astram yoshitam vigraheshu. Woman used crying as a weapon in quarrels of love, maga kavya. Seeing him follow while uttering conciliatory words, she goes away. Then being pacified, embraced by him, she becomes free of suffering, giving up the pain of separation. Or she cries and then scolds, munchati, or conciliatory lover, out of affectionate anger. Then she attains suffering. The stage is Unmada, 7th stage. It is said, Shvasa, Prarodhanotkampa, Vasudho Lekhanerapi, Vyaparo Jayate Yatrasa, Unmada Smrito Yatha. Unmada refers to the condition in which a person acts with heavy breathing, wailing, and trembling while scratching the earth. Shingara Tilaka 2.12. Unmada refers to the condition in which a person acts with heavy breathing, wailing, and trembling while scratching the earth. Shingara Tilaka 2.12. The bhava is kilakinchita. This is described in Dasharupaka as Krodhashru Harsha, Vityade, Sankara, Kilakinchitam. Kilakinchita refers to a mixture of anger, tears, joy, and fear. The ornament in this verse is Deepika. Deepaka is Deepaka. Deepaka is defined as Saiva Kriyasu Bhakvishu Karakasyate. Karakasyeti Deepakam. Deepaka occurs when many verbs are connected with one noun. Kavya Prakasha 10.103. Text 4.7. Vilikati Rahasi Kuranga Madena Bhavantam Asamashara Bhutam Pranamati Makaram Adho Vinidhaya Kare Sharam Navachutam Sa Virahe. Vilikati, she draws Rahasi in a solitary place. Kuranga of deer, Madena with the musk. Bhavantam, you, Asam of Cupid, Sharabhutam in the form, Pranamati, and she offers respects. Makaram and Makara Adho below. Vinidhaya, placing Kare in his hand, Cha and Sharam, an arrow, Navachutam, whose mango buds are fresh. She draws your picture in a solitary place in the form of Cupid holding arrows of mango buds in his hand. Using musk, she draws the form of a makara as the vehicle and then offers respects to it. Comment, O Madhava, in Misery of Separation. Commentary, she paints a picture of you as the form of Cupid, Asamachara Bhutam, using musk in a solitary place. After drawing a Makara below as a seat, she offers respects. The meaning of drawing Makara as Cupid's vehicle is that she requests to you to pacify her. 80. If Cupid is on his vehicle, love should manifest. So she draws the vehicle of the Cupid so that love will manifest in Krishna, and consequently Krishna will pacify her. She paints a picture of you as the form of Cupid, Asama Charabhutam, using musk in a solitary place. After drawing a Makara below as a seat, she offers respects. The meaning of drawing Makara as Cupid's vehicle is that she requests you to pacify her. Drawing the Makara also indicates mounting his vehicle. My lover will come quickly. This is the action of a person in separation. Bharata says, Devata pujanam karyad kuryad dadyad bali bhuje balim likhet kanta pratikritim pathayet chukasharikam ganaye chavadhir dinam gitam gayet tad angakam yevam vidha vinodena nayet kalam viyogini. The woman in separation worships the devatas, makes offerings to crows, draws images of a lover, teaches the parrot and sharika bird to speak, counts the days and sings songs, and in this way brings the limbs of the lover before her. Mruga Mada or Kuranga Mada means musk according to Haravali. Even though drawing the image of Cupid should not occur for the woman in separation, since it would increase her desire and cause more pain, Radha drew Krishna with Cupid's form, since he's actually the Swarupa of Cupid, because her heart was overcome with desire for Krishna. Text 4.8. Pratipadam idam api nigadati madhava tava charane patita aham. Tvayi vimukhe mai sapadi sudha nidhir api tanute tanu udaham. Sa virahe pratipadam. With every step, idam this api even nigadati. She speaks, Madhava, O Madhava, Krishna. Tava, you are charane at your feet. Patitaham, I've fallen. Twayi, you vimukhe, when you are separated from me. Mai, to me. Sapadi, at once. Sudha nidhir, the ocean of nectar, the moon. Api, even. Tanute gives tanu in my body. Daham, pain. With every step she speaks, O Madhava, I fall at your feet. In separation from you, even the moon gives pain to me. O Madhava, in misery of separation, commentary, she utters words at each step as she moves here and there. O Madhava, I have fallen at your feet. I offer you respects. When separated from you, the ocean of nectar produces, that is the moon, produces pain in my body. Tanudaham. Or the sentence can mean the moon gives pain of love. Atanudaham. Or the moon gives pain to a great degree, Atanu, or the moon gives pain so that my body disappears. You are the husband of Lakshmi, Madhava. If you stay close to me, Lakshmi, even as the competitor, can do nothing to me. But if you are unfavorable to me, the moon, remembering me as the competitor of a sister, moon is Lakshmi's brother, since they both arose from the ocean, will give pain to my body. This is the suggestion of the word Madhava, that the moon gives pain, is contrary to its character. This is the ornament called Virodha, contradiction. Text 4.9. Sri Jayadava Banitam, idam adhikam yadi manasa nataniyam, hari viraha kula bhallava yuvati sakhi vachanam pataniyam. Sri Jayadeva, by Sri Jayadeva, Bhanitam, spoken, idam, this composition, adhikam, excellent, yadi, if, manasa, by the mind, nataniyam, is enacted, hari, from Krishna, viraha, in separation, akula, suffering, bhallava yuvati, of the young cowardice, radha, sakhi, of the female friend, vachanam, and the words, pataniyam, should be carefully read. Prabodhananda explains, then it will bestow a similar desire for Krishna. If the composition of Jayadeva becomes enacted and relished by the mind, it will bestow a similar desire for Krishna. Therefore, carefully read the words of the Sakhi sent by Radha, who is suffering in separation, concerning her happiness. End of song 8. If the composition of Jayadava becomes enacted and relished by the mind, it will bestow a similar desire for Krishna. Therefore, carefully read the words of the Sakhi sent by Radha, who's suffering in separation concerning our happiness. End of song 8. Commentary. If this composition of Jayadeva becomes attractive to the mind and it's enacted in the mind, it will produce similar desire for Krishna. Therefore, the present words of the Sakhi sent by Radha, who is suffering in separation from him, should be read. The words of the Sakhi are concerned about Radha's happiness. Adhikam. Text 4.10. Text 4.10. Avaso vipinayate priya sakhi malapi jalayate tapopi shvasitena davadahana jwala kalapayate sapi twadvirahena hanta harini rupayate hakatam kandarpopi yamayate virachayan shardula vikriditam. Avaso, her house, Vipinayate, resembles a forest, Priya Sakhi of our dear friends, Malap, even the said Jalayati, resembles a net, Tapopi, even a pains, Shvasitena, because of a breathing, Dava, forest fire, Dahana of a burning, Jwala of flames, Kalapayate, resembles the collection, Sapi, even she, Twad from you, Virahena, because of separation, Hanta, alas, Harini, a doe, Rupayate resembles ha alas, Katam how Kandarpo the Cupid, Api even Yamayate does resemble Yama, the god of death, Virachayan producing Shardula Vikriditam, the sport of a tiger. This is also the name of the verse meter. The Sakhi continues, Radha has become pale as a doe. She takes her house to be the forest and her friends are like a net. Radha has become pale as a doe. She takes her house to be the forest, and her friends are like a net. A pain of separation is like forest fire, fanned by the wind of her breathing. What a misery. Cupid becoming a tiger brings about her death. Commentary. In separation from you, she has become like a doe, Harini Rupayate. Her complexion has become pale like a doe, but due to sickness arising from separation. Due to sickness arising from separation. And the doe, confronted with a forest fire, becomes agitated and in great fear, seeing a hunter's net spread out in front, glances here and there with flickering eyes. In this way, Radha sometimes takes her house to be a forest. Avaso vipinayate, a group of Sakhis becomes the net, jalayate. When she desires to give up her life, unable to tolerate her grief in separation, they prevent her. Or the garland given by a Sakhi to appease her pain is condemned as a net to bind up a deer. Due to the breathing, which is like the assistance of wind, the pain of separation seems to become a forest fire. The Sakhi expresses her anguish. Oh misfortune, how can she exist since Cupid seems to play like a tiger to bring about her death? Yamayate. The word Harini, doe, also indicates that Radha has great affection for Krishna, just as an animal has affection for its master. Sardula Vikriditam also indicates the meter. The first part of the verse shows Udvega, fifth stage, and the second half shows the eighth stage called Vyadhi, sickness. Abhishta Sangama Bhavat Vyadhi Santapa Lakshana Atra Santapa Nishvasau Shita Vastu Nishevanam Notaram Bhashate Prashne Nekshate Na Shrunoti Cha. Vyadhi is a symptom of pain arising from separation from the beloved. Vyadhi is a symptom of pain arising from separation from the beloved. She experiences pain, breathes heavily, and uses cool objects. She does not answer questions, does not see, and does not hear. Rasarnava Sudhakara 2.398, 2.401. Song 9. Deshakya Raga Ekatali Tala. Tala, Ekatali Tala. The song is sung in the Raga of Deshakya and in the Tala of Ekatali. Epigraph to the song Deshakya Raga is described as follows. As for Tana Vishkrita Roma Harsho Niyuddha Sannadha Vishala Bahu Pramshu Prachanda Dyutir Indu Gauro Deshakya Raga Kila Malla Murti. Deshakya Raga 81 is a wrestler with tall figure with huge arms raised for battle, hair standing on end, slapping his arms together, effulgent with complexion like the golden moon. Ekatali was described previously in epigraph to song 6, text 4.11. Stana vinihitam apiharam udaram sa manute krisha tanur iva bharam radhika tava virahe keshava. Stana, breast. Vinihitam, upon, api, even, haram, the necklace, udaram, great, sa, she, radha, manute, considers, krisha, wasting away, tanuru's body, eva, as if bharam, a burden, radhika, radha, tava, from you, virahe, in separation, keshava, O Keshava, Krishna. The Saki continues, O Keshava, in separation from you, Radha considers the necklace on her breast to be very heavy, since her body is wasting away. Commentary, O Keshava, in separation from you, Radha considers the necklace worn on her breast to be attractive, since it had touched your limbs during embraces, or was given from its neck, or she considers the necklace on her breast to be very heavy. This is because her body has become very thin. You should show affection to her, since she cannot even carry on her chest the necklace given by the Sakis to protect her life. The thinness of her body indicates vyadhi, sickness. Being thin is an anubhava. Keshava means the controller of happiness, ka, possessing nectar. Means the controller, isha, of happiness, ka, possessing nectar, vam. To revive a dead person. Even though you have this nature, my dear friend, suffers because of you. That is not proper. That is the significance of the word Keshava. Text 4.12. Sarrasa masrunam api malayaja pankam pashyati visham iva vapushi sa shankam radhika tava virahe Keshava. Sarrasa, liquid, masrunam, it is soft, api, even though, malayaja, of sandalwood, pankam, the pulp, pashyati, she, Radha, sees, visham, poison, eva, as if vapushi, on a body, sashankam, with anxiety. O Keshava, in separation from you, with anxiety, she sees sandalwood pulp on a body to be poison, though it's soft and liquid. Commentary, she sees sandalwood on a body with anxiety, taking it as poison, even though it's very soft. Sarasa masranam. Masrana means soft and liquid according to Vishwa. Masrana means soft and liquid according to Vishwa. Sarasa can also mean giving rise to rasa. Sarasa can also mean giving rise to rasa. Text 4.13. Shwasita pavanam anupama parinaham madana dahanam eva vahati sadaham radhika tava virahe Keshava. Shwasita is exhaled heavily. Pavanam by womb breath. Anupama is incomparable. Parinaham and whose extent. Madana of Cupid. Dahanam the fire. Eva as if Vahati she breathes. Sadaham painful. O Keshava in separation from you she breathes heavily, incomparably slow and painful, as if she were the fire of Cupid. O Keshava, in separation from you, she breathes heavily, incomparably slow and painful, as if she were the fire of Cupid. Commentary, she exhales wind for her breathing. This is described as follows. It is incomparably drawn, or parinaham. It's like the fire of passion. It's painful. Or she breathes with pain. Sadaham. Text 4.14. Dishi dishi kirati sajala kana jalam. Nayana nalinam iva vigalita nalam. Radhika tava virahe keshava. Dishi dishi in all directions. Kirati she casts. Sajala is watery. Kana of tears. Jalam whose multitude. Nayana nalinam a lotus eyes. Iva as if vigalita a gone. Nalam lotuses whose stems. O Keshava, in separation from you, with tearful eyes, she throws glances in all directions with her lotus eyes, as if they were lotuses without stems. O Keshava, in separation from you, with tearful eyes, she throws glances in all directions with her lotus eyes, as if they were lotuses without stems. Commentary, she casts the lotus eyes in all directions. The eyes are described as follows. They fill with profuse drops of tears. Those eyes are like lotuses without stems, Vigalita Nalam. The lotus sprinkled with water drops devoid of a stem is compared to a constant glance outwards from the place of tears. It's also suggested that out of affection, she sprinkles the path by which you will approach with her lotus eyes. Text 4.15. Nayana Vishayam api kishalaya talpam kalayati vihita utasha vikalpam radhika tava virahe keshava. Nayana to her eyes, Vishayam it is visible, api even though kishalaya of new shoots, talpam the bed, kalayati she experiences. Vihita utasha that it is covered with fire, vikalpam the doubt. O Keshava, in separation from you, Radha considers the bed of new shoots to be covered with fire, though the bed is visible to her eyes. Commentary in doubt vikalpam, she considers the bed of new shoots to be made of fire, though it's very attractive, or though it is perceivable by the eye, it's visible to the eye, what to speak of touching it. It's also suggested that my friend Radha has given up sleeping. This verb describes a condition called udvega, confusion. Text 4.16. Tyajati na pani talena kapolam, bala shashinam iva sayam alolam. Tyajati, she does leave, none, not, pani of her hand, talena with the surface, kapolam a cheek, bala young on the second day, shashinam the moon, eva as if sayam in the evening, alolam stationary. O Keshava, in separation from you in the evening, she keeps a palm on a stationary cheek, which is like the moon on the second day. Commentary, in the evening, she does not give up placing a palm on her cheek. Her cheek is described as follows. The cheek is stationary, alolam. In the evening, she thinks with her palm on her cheek. In the day, he can be brought, but at night, how can I be brought to meet him? The cheek is further described. It is like the moon on the second day after the new moon. Her hand covers half of her face and the rest half of her face is visible. Because of separation, the color of her face is pale. Thus, it appears to be a thin and motionless moon rising in the evening. This verse expresses the ninth stage called Jadata, being stunned. It is said, Yatra dhyayati nisamyam jadata sa prakirtita atra sparshana vignatvam vaivarnyam shitilangata akanda hunkriti sambho nishvasa krishatadaya. Jadata refers to the condition in which a person meditates but seems unconscious. Jadata refers to the condition in which a person meditates but seems unconscious. The complexion changes, the limbs become relaxed, and the person is unaware of the sense of touch. The person sighs and utters sounds of disgust. The person is stunned and becomes thin. Rasarnava Sudhakara 2.402. Text 4.17. Harir iti japati sakamam viraha vihita maraneva nikamam. Harir iti, O attractor of my mind, or O Hari, Harir iti, O attractor of my mind, or O Hari. Japati, she utters sakamam, full of desire, viraha, by separation from you. Vihita is arranged, maraneva, as if one whose death, nikamam, and intently. O Keshava, in separation from you, she utters, O attractor of my mind, Hari, attractor of my mind, Hari, intently and full of desire, as if she is dying from separation. Commentary. Shia intensely, Nikamam, utters your name as if she is about to die from separation. While being full of desire, Sakamam, she desires to attain the 10th stage, Marana, death. She repeats your name like the mantra of a worshipable deity. That name is full of auspiciousness. Hari Riti, O attractor of my mind, O Hari. Hari Riti, O attractor of my mind, O Hari. Japati, she utters Sakamam, full of desire. Viraha, by separation from you. Vihita is arranged. Maraneva, as if one whose death. Nikamam, unintently. O Keshava, in separation from you, she utters, O attractor of my mind, Hari, intently and full of desire, as if she's dying from separation. Commentary, she intensely, Nikamam, utters your name as if she is about to die from separation. While at being full of desire, Sakamam, she desires to attain the 10th stage, Marana, death. She repeats your name like the mantra of a worshipable deity. That name is full of auspiciousness, containing her all in all. It's a form of chintamani for her, fulfilling her desires. Since she desires the nectar of your association in this body, now that she has developed fresh anuraga, the word Hari indicates in whose special qualities attract the mind, or he who removes all suffering. Or he who removes all suffering. Not attaining you in this life, she fixes a goal to concentrate on her beloved in the next life. This is the 10th stage, Marana, or death in Anuraga. Aloka Lapa Samruddha, Samrogakula Chetaso, Tayor Bhaveds Asampraptau Dashavastha Smaro Yatha. The 10th stage of love arises when by non-attainment of the lover, both parties become afflicted in consciousness, afflicted with intense disease while they converse without being able to see each other. Afflicted with intense disease while they converse without being able to see each other. Abhilashota chinta syad smritescha guna kirtanam udvego atha pralapa syad unmado vyadhir evacha jadata maranam cheti dashami jayate kramat asampraptau bhavantyetas tayor dasha yatha. First is desire abhilasha, then anxiety chinta, followed by remembrance. First is desire abhilasha, then anxiety chinta, followed by remembrance smriti, and glorifying the lover's qualities. Guna kirtana, then follows confusion. Udvega, then prattling nonsense. Pralapa, then madness. then follows confusion, udvega, then prattling nonsense, pralapa, then madness, unmada, then sickness, vyadi, then being stunned, jadata, and finally death, marana. In this way, when they cannot attain each other, the 10th stage death arrives Shringar Tilaka, 2.4 to 6. The 9th stage Jadata of the couple who possess eternal bliss and who are the forms of the highest Madhur Rasa is approved. To show the height of Anuraga, only a shadow of the 10th stage death was shown. Shukadeva and others have described this state in some qualified persons to show the identity of Krishna's Madhurya Rasa. Here, 9 of the 10 states have been shown. The qualities of sickness, Vyadi, are Santapa Vedana, Prayo, Dirga, Shwasa Samakula, Tanu Krita Tanur Vyadhir Ashtamo Yam Smrito Yatha. The 8th stage called Vyadi or sickness, in which is that in which the person becomes thin. There is prominence of great pain and long drawn out breathing with affliction. Shringatilaka 2.14. The difference between the last conditions has been shown. Though these conditions appear to be disagreeable manifestations, they arise because of transformations of the rasa of bliss. They are types of bliss since they nourish bliss. That is the conclusion. In reality, they are both Text 4.8 Sri Jayadava Bhanitam iti Gitam Sukha Yatu Keshava Padam Upanitam. Sri Jayadeva by Sri Jayadeva Bhanitam spoken iti thus. Gitam, the song, Sukhayatu, may the song give happiness. Keshava of Keshava, Krishna, Padam, or to the feet. Upanitam, and brought by the Sakis. May the song brought by the Saki, recorded by Jayadeva, give happiness at the feet of Krishna. End of song 9. Commentary. May the song of Radha Saki, recorded by Jayadeva and brought to Krishna, give happiness to the feet of Sri Krishna, so that he will quickly go and meet her. Or may the song which the Saki related to Krishna put to Raga and Tala by Jayadeva give happiness to the singers and hearers. Or may the song offered to the spiritual abode of Keshava, Vaikuntha Loka, give happiness to all. This means the song is sung even in Vaikuntha. Or may the song which has arrived give happiness to the devotee who is protected by Keshava, Keshava Padam. Or may the song give happiness to Krishna's place. Padam means place of protection according to Vishwa. Sa romanchyati shit karoti vilapati utkampate tamyati dhyayati ubramati pramilati patati udyati murchati api yetavati atanu jware varatanur jiven na kim te rasat swar vaidya pratima Sheet Karoti, she is Vilapati, Romanchati, a hairstand on end. She Romanchati, a hair stands on end. Sheet Karoti, she is Vilapati, Vilapati. Vilapati, she laments. Utkampate, she trembles. Tamyati, she becomes fatigued. Dhyayati, she meditates. Ubramati, she becomes confused. Pramilati, she closes her eyes. Patati, she falls on the ground. Udyati, rises up. Murchati, and she faints. Api, even. Yetavati, in such a state. Atanu, of the Cupid. Jware, in the fever. Varatanu, whose body is best. Jiven, would she live? No, none, not Kim, not Te, you are Rasad, because of Rasa, Swar of heaven, Vaidya of the physician, Dhanvantari. Pratima, the incarnation, Prasidasi, you are. Pratima, the incarnation, Prasidasi, you are. Pleased, Yadi, if Vyakto will be given up, Anyatha, otherwise Astaka, her hand. The Saki continues, her hair stands on end, she hisses, laments, trembles, becomes fatigued, meditates, becomes confused, closes her eyes, falls on the ground, sees you internally and rise up and faints. If you, the incarnation of the heavenly physician, are pleased, then Radha, possessing the supreme body, gets then if you, the incarnation of the heavenly physician, are pleased, then Radha, possessing the supreme body, but afflicted by the fever of love, will live everything funny. If you, the incarnation of the heavenly physician, are pleased, then Radha, possessing the supreme body but afflicted by the fever of love, will live because of your sweet rasa. Otherwise, she'll give up moving her hand to communicate. Commentary, having Krishna heard of Radha's extreme pain in separation, upon the 10th state, the Sakya appears of her useless. The Sakhi speaks of her hopeless heart. Or meditate. A commentary, having Krishna heard of Radha's extreme pain in separation upon the 10th state, the Sakhi speaks of her hopeless heart. Or, O image of the heavenly physician Dhanvantari, if you're pleased to give a cure for a sickness of being separated from from your form, if you're pleased to give a cure for a sickness of being separated from your form and beauty, will not Radha, possessing the best body, Varnatanu, whose body is beauty for you, live because of the great life-giving medicines in the form of nectar of your form and enjoyment with you in Shringar Rasa? Yes, she will live. Otherwise, not attaining your rasa anyatha, she will give up your moving her hands to communicate astaka. In a state of swoon, unable to speak, she interacts with the sakis by moving her hands. But in the absence of meeting you, that will be given up, or otherwise medical procedures which involve using the hands will be given up. Another version is Tvatto Nyathanantaka. If you are not pleased, then her death will be caused by you. The actions caused by the fever of love are described as follows. Her hair stands on end. She makes a hissing sound. Sound arises in her throat when her hair stands on end due to desire. With her hair stands, when her hair stands on end due to desire, she laments, the deceiver does not meet me. The deceiver does not meet me, or she speaks about her qualities with intense longing. She was thinking about, how can I endure his unique qualities? She becomes exhausted, tamyati. This indicates change of complexion, a sattvika bhava, involuntary physical responses to rati. She thinks, how can I attain him? By intense thought, she becomes confused. This indicates unmada. She thinks, how can I attain him? By intense thought, she becomes confused. This indicates Unmada. More details are given. She closes her eyes because of external confusion. She then concentrates internally on you and develops your form in her heart. She then concentrates internally on you and develops your form in her heart. She thus rises up. Being thin, she falls to the ground. Not attaining you, she faints. This is a state of murcha, unconsciousness. In such a state, Eva, she desires only you, the crest jewel of unlimited heroes and the abode of all good qualities. Her desire is indicated by the appearance of rasa in her limbs, by the stages described such as Abhilasha, by the Vyabhichari bhavas, transitory emotions such as chinta, by the anubhavas such as hissing, and by the sattvic bhavas such as hair standing on end. You should save a life. Meeting her, you will taste a festival of astonishing Madhurya Rasa. Her body is described as thin to inform Krishna that he should not tolerate separation from her any longer. In the condition of fever, the characteristics are hair standing on end because of coolness, hissing because of pain, lamenting out of bewilderment, speaking, shivering, thinking, how can I live, as well as confusion, exhaustion, and fainting. Though she is in this condition, she can live by the perfect rasa administered by the great physician. She can live by meeting you. The ornament is Kriya Deepaka, and the poetic meter Chanda is Shardula Vikriditam. Text 4.20, Smaraturam Daivata Vaidya Hrudya Tvad Anga Sangamrita Matra Sadhyam Nivritta Bhadam Kurushe Naradham Upendra Vajradapi Darunosi Smaraturam, who is lovesick, Daivata of the gods, Vaidya than the physicians, Hrudya more attractive, Twadanga of your limbs, Sangamrita by the nectar of bliss through association, Matra Sadhyam only to be cured, Nivrita is relieved, Badham one who's suffering, Kurushe, you do make, none not, Radham, Radha, Upendra of Indra, Vajra, than the thunderbolt, Api, even Daruno, harder, see, you are, O Krishna, more attractive than the heavenly physicians. You are harder than Indra's thunderbolt. You do not relieve Radha of a pain in the forest. Though she's suffering because of Cupid, her life can be maintained only by your association. Commentary, oh, you are more attractive than the physicians of the Devatas, the Ashwini Kumaras, or O knower of Rasa, who can revive dead lovers, or O attractive physician in the form of our worshipable deity, since you rescue us from the sickness of separation. You do not relieve Radha of her pain, Nivritta Bhadham, who is in the nearby forest, suffering from love. You are thus harder than Indra's thunderbolts, or O Upendra, who can perform actions impossible for Indra's thunderbolt. Thus you are employed by Indra for his protection, and thus you are harder than his thunderbolt. For curing, one must first consider the proper medicine and then make it. How can a medicine to cure Radha of a pain be obtained? The only cure is the medicine which will give her life. That is the rasa of the supreme bliss related to your body, or the only cure which gives life is contact with your limbs. Tvad anga sangha can also mean happiness of your limbs. Sangha can mean happiness or attachment according to Ratna Kosha. Upendra Vajra is also the poetic meter of the verse. Text 4.21, Kandarpa Jwara Samjwara Tura Tanur Asharyam Asya Shiram Chetas Chandana Chandrama Kamalini Chinta Susantam Yati Kintuk Shanti Rashena Shitala Tanum Tvam Ekam Eva Priyam Dhyayanti Rahasi Stita Katam Apikshina Kshanam Praniti. Kandarpa, Cupid, Jwara of the fever, some Jwaratura, afflicted by the pain, Tanoru's body, Asharim, how astonishing, Asyash, of she, Chiram, for a long time. Chetash of the mind, Chandan of sandalwood, Chandrama of the moon, Kamalini and of the lotus, Chintasu in thoughts, Santamyati becomes exhausted, Kintu, but Shanti Rasena with tolerance, or Klanti Vashena with fatigue. Shitala is cooling the fever, Tanu's body, Twam on you, Ekam alone, Eva only, Priyam her beloved, Dhyayanti meditating, Rahasi in a solitary place, Sthita situated, Katham somehow, Api even, Sheena weak, Shanam for a moment, Praniti, she remains alive. How astonishing, with her body afflicted by the pain of Cupid's fever, her mind has become exhausted for a long time by thinking of sandalwood, the moon, and the lotus. Tolerating this, however, somehow, meditating in a solitary place only on you, her beloved, whose body can cool the fever, she maintains her life for a few moments more. Tolerating this, somehow meditating in a solitary place only on you, a beloved, only on you, a beloved, whose body can cool the fever, she maintains her life for a few moments more. Commentary, how astonishing, our heart becomes exhausted on remembering the lotus, the moonlight, and the Malaya breeze. This has happened for a long time to Radha, whose body is pained by affliction of Cupid's fever. This is the ornament called Virodha, contradiction. How can she live with this suffering? Is it astonishing? With tolerance, Shanti, Rasena, she meditates on you, a dear beloved, whose body can cool a fever of love, though it is difficult for her to meditate. She will live only for a moment. In that moment, you should go to her. If not, you will no longer be able to see her. So you must hurry. Or at every moment, she meditates on you. By that thought, she continues to live. So by seeing you, she will be cured. Astonishment is shown by describing her as exhausted by thinking of cool things and living by gaining Krishna's cool association. Living by gaining Krishna's cool association. Another version as Klanti Vashena, being fatigued, instead of Shanti Rasena, being tolerant. The poetic meter is Shardula Vikriditam. Text 4.22. Kshanam api viraha pura na sehe nayana nimilana khinnaya yayate shvasiti katham asau rasala sakham Chira virahena vilokya pushpitagram. Kshanam for a moment, api even, viraha, the separation, pura either to, none, not, sehe is tolerated, nayana of her eyes, nimilana with the blinking, khinnaya, weary, yaya by she, Radha, te from you, Shvasiti, she laments, Katham, how, Asau, she, Rasal of the mango tree, Shakam, the branch, Chira, long, Virahena in separation, Vilokya, having seen, Pushpitagram with a flowering tip. For a long time, Radha has not been able to tolerate separation for even a moment. She laments, blinking her eyes. How can she remain alive in long separation on seeing the flowering tip of the mango branch? Commentary, this verse describes her feelings of separation in the presence of Uddipana, stimuli. Separation cannot be tolerated by Radha, even for a moment. She suffers even from closing her eyes. The Creator has made her eyes blink so that there is an obstacle to seeing the beloved. Atati yad bhavan ahni kananam Truti yuga yate tvam apashyatam kutila kuntalam shri mukham chate jada udikshatam pakshmakridrisham. The gopis said, when you go off to the forest during the day, a tiny fraction of a second becomes like a millennium for us because we cannot see you. And even when we can eagerly look upon your even when we can eagerly look upon your beautiful face, so lovely with this adornment of curly locks, we think the Creator was foolish in making eyelids. Srimad Bhagavatam 10.31.15. The last two lines of the verse mean, How can she live Shvasiti in the spring, seeing the tip of the flowering mango branch in long separation from you? Or can she remain breathing, which is endowed with such suffering? The poetic meter is Pushpitagra. Text 4.23. Vrishti Vyakula Gokula Vana Rasad Udritya Govardhanam Bibrid Bhallava Vallabhabhir Adhikananda Chiram Chumbita Darpe Neva Tad Arpita Dhara Tati Sinduram Mudrankito Bahur Gopatanos Tanotu Bhavantam Shreyamsi Kamsadvisha Vrishti of rain, Vyakula from the disturbance, Gokulavana in the protection of Gokula, Rasad out of courage or out of emotion, Udritya having raised him up, Govardhana, Bibrat supporting Bhallava of the cowards, Vallabhabhir by the wives, Adhikananda out of intense bliss, Chiram for a long time, Chumbita kiss, Darpen out of pride in the good fortune, Eva as if Tad Arpita Dharatati of the sloping lower lips, Sindura of Sindura, vermilion, Mudrankito and marked with a stamp, Bahu, the arm, Gopa is that of a coward, Thanos, whose body, Thanotu, may it bestow, Bhavatam upon you, Shreyam, she, auspiciousness, Kamsa of Kamsa, Dvisha of the enemy. May the arm of the killer of Kamsa, the arm of the coward, which raised and supported Govardhana to show courage in protecting Gokula from the disturbance of rain, the arm marked with that Sindura from the lips of the gopis, when they felt proud of their good fortune and was kissed for a long time out of intense bliss by the gopis, best auspiciousness on you. Commentary. May the arm of Krishna, killer of Kamsa, spread auspiciousness to you, the listeners. May the arm of Krishna, killer of Kamsa, spread auspiciousness to you, the listeners. People give gifts by using the hand or arm. Krishna is called killer of Kamsa to show his ability. He is described as follows. He has the body of a coward, having been born to most magnanimous Nanda, king of the cowards. His power of giving is illustrated. His arm lifted and carried Govardhana mountain. Why? He had prowess of passion to give protection to Gokula, which was suffering because of rain. The arm is described. It was kissed by his beloved gopis out of intense bliss. The arm is further described. It's marked out of pride in their good fortune, with vermilion caused by their lips kissing that arm, or it is marked by their lips and it's becoming red like Sindura. The poetic meter is Shardula Vikriditam. The song 9 is called the bracelet of Rasa. Hare Krishna, thank you so much. I would like to end here.